Okay, so this is a little intro video to Node Noggin. This is version 0.1.35. So I'm just going to talk you through how you might go about using it. So first thing to do is if you visit alpha.nodenog.in, it will take you to this collect view. So this is when you first arrive at alpha.nodenog.in. You'll get these three nodes which welcome you, and then ask you to give yourself a name and to join a microcosm. So a microcosm is a space where you can work with others to create and formalize ideas and work through thoughts and concepts to do with like design thinking or just fleshing out ideas, and it's designed to help you to co-create things in groups. So the first thing I'm going to do is give myself a name. This is completely anonymous. No one will know what my contributions are, so it removes that hierarchy as to whether you think I've got good ideas, bad ideas, whether I'm paid the most or paid the least. And then the microcosm is a unique name for everyone to join. So I'm just going to give a really short one here for now called P3. So I click create or rejoin. You can also, before we go in, if I click on the organize view, you can do the same thing in organize. So under the organize view, you can also create your name and you can join the microcosm, but this is in the spatial view. So this is designed for everyone to be working together on a large screen where you'll see everyone's contributions appearing in real time. The collect view, which we'll go back to in a minute, is really just shows you your thoughts, your collection, your nodes, so you can do that sort of distraction free. But obviously if you want to work in organized mode and see everyone's things appearing in real time, then that is another way of working. The cards view is just a static view of all of the nodes from everyone contributing, but they're just laid out in like cards. So the nodes there, you can create them there as well, but they're not movable in any kind of way. So the main focus is probably going to be on the collect view, where you can distraction free gather your own thoughts and ideas and contributions without seeing anyone else's. And then the organize view is where you can start to organize on a larger screen spatially all of the thoughts from across all of the people contributing. Cards will give you a static view of everyone's contributions in a grid. Okay, so let's jump to collect view. I'm going to join a microcosm. I'm just going to call it P3, click create or join. Okay, so now we're in collect view and we're actually in a microcosm. We are welcomed to what we call magpie mode. So this is where you collect all your thoughts and your ideas without distraction and as easily as possible. And you can do that just by hitting the plus icon here. That will create a new node here, and anyone who's connected to this microcosm can be just adding these in the collect view in this kind of magpie mode. So this is where we want to get all of our things that we're thinking about. If we want to hide this tip, we can just press the little hide icon, that will remove it. So we can then just start adding our ideas in here. So I can do another one. And in fact, if we're not in any text field, we can actually just press the N key on the keyboard and create a bunch of additional nodes. Okay, so we can also add in markdown. So if we want to add like a header, we can use hashes. If we want to create lists, we can use the dash. Of course, at the moment this is in the raw formatting because all of these are in edit mode. None of these are in the read state. If I want to add links, for example, I can do this by doing the markdown formatting, which is 2 square brackets, and then it might be the book, and then in these brackets we put the URL of where we want to go. Okay, so again, okay. The other thing we can do is if we want to add images from a web source, we can use the same markdown formatting as a link, but we just put an exclamation mark before the brackets. So it would be and then the image link go here. And then if we were to go to read mode and that was an image, we would see it appear there, yeah? And of course we've got bold and italic styles. Okay, so we can carry on collecting here as many things as we want, but let's jump to the organize view, and you'll see that my nodes have already started appearing on top of each other because they haven't been organized. Let's just switch some of these to read mode so we can see them. Oh, okay, they've just gone behind here. Let's just move that so we can at least keep a track of those for now. Okay, so we've got a bunch of things here in this organize view. So we're calling this like the web mode, so we can start to lay things out and to make those connections and to build a web of information and knowledge. So we can move these around. As you've just seen, I've been moving them around because the default mode we're in is this arrow icon. So the default mode is we're using the arrow icon in the organize view in this web mode. If we want to add new nodes, we can just hit the add new node icon and that will do the same thing. And again, we can edit these. Again, if we're not inside any text area, we can hit the N key and we can add other nodes. Okay, what we can also do is we can use the move icon here where we can actually zoom out and pan around our canvas. So we can start to then go back to the arrow icon, move these into maybe clusters or areas together that we want. Okay, if one of these, for example, is something that we no longer think is relevant, we can discard it. We need to confirm that, but we're not actually deleting anything. We can always bring this back because it will just appear in our discarded pile here, and we can just hit restore and that will bring it back to both the collect, the organize and the cards view. Okay, so some other things we can do here obviously is we can make connections between our nodes. So let me just tidy these up a little bit. I'm going to hide, in fact I'm going to hide both of those tips because we don't need them now. I'm going to discard that one because it's empty. Let's move a few of these around. Okay, so then what I can do is I can hit the connections button and I can then draw and make connections between any nodes. And in fact, if I make two connections, that will in fact have drawn two, and there's no visualization for that at the moment, but that is actually two connections there. And if I move this one here, I can start to connect a few more. There you go. So yeah, that's kind of basically how you use it. Obviously anyone can join this microcosm now called P3 and add things. If once you're finished, or if you want to join another microcosm, you just hit the leave icon here. You get a little warning saying you're sure you want to leave, and you just say OK. And then it keeps you saved, so you can quickly join another microcosm just by typing in its name.